Can you get me home? Or will you lead me to another place before I overload into the mess of all our broken ways? Will you say no?
And welcome back into the heat of the battle here, where Global Loot League bring you a fantastic tournament with top of the top, cream of the crop, fresh of the pop. I don't know, kind of
Let's
teams
go
in the
with
world.
the highest skilled teams right now.
There you go.
On the planet!
The best teams in the world are fighting here for your viewing pleasure. I myself am Boogie, joined here, of course, by Lothar. Welcome back into the studio, friend. I know you've watched the second game here. What did you kind of make of it in general terms?
Honestly, I was trying to just remember names of the players by heart to be more prepared for the next match, because it's so tough without the team tags, man. When a car is passing by, I'm just like, wait, what team is that? I need to remember all of them by heart, you know. But the game,
Hard worker, man. Hard worker.
well,
What can I
you know,
say?
you need to be prepared. But what I love,
At the hotel, I did the same thing actually. Like with your sheet in front, you really prepare for these things, and yeah.
it benefits you in the end, and the
It does.
viewers as well. But what I can say about the last game was that, you know, sometimes it happens when in the final circles you have so much water, right? And
Yeah.
it changes the dynamic of the entire match. And we had seen that. A fantastic moment for me was the UAZ of Liquid that was just driving over the cliff, driving into the water, and they run each other over.
He wasn't the true Ocean Man. And talking about highlight clips, let's actually watch some of them there that we have for the previous match. Going into it, we do see the Theater of Mayhem actually trying to engage against Team Blank. Now, Team Blank, as we spoke, a very aggressive team, but this time they were the one caught between a rock and a hard place here. They were in the haven of a very nice compound. And here's this moment.
Fantastic setup.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's in this moment where things go sideways for the GLL, for Theater of Mayhem. They have a bit of a hard moment here as Blank finds 2 frags, but they didn't come out on top. At last, Team Blank were eliminated. And it was the Theater of Mayhem that pushed forward. And there you go, Andrea wrecked you. Not a nickname that actually works in PUBG. She was the one getting wrecked in this situation here. It was an absolute cluster F towards the end of the match here. You can see how many teams were left alive. And you know what? Something that you're safe to say, the more teams that are left towards the end game, the more professional the match, because teams know how to hide from one another and get those high placement or high positions rather.
But then it kind of like, you know, it intensifies, right? And there's like a breaking point when everyone shoots to everyone, and suddenly you're in a crossfire, and that's the moment when the setup that you made with your cover of the vehicles and so on matters the most. The most. Sorry.
Yeah,
so that's the moment when you need to be prepared for that onslaught that just comes into the later circles.
And we see G2, of course, here getting a bit surprised by Blue on that rock. They were outside on the Blue, but they got surprised even more so by the Blue that was inside of the Blue. If that makes sense.
It's an unfortunate nickname, I would say, right?
Yeah.
There's actually a
They were
team
confused.
League of Legends that is called Out of the Blue, and I'm like, are they playing PUBG already or what?
Yeah. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. What we do know now is that we do have leaderboards updated, so let's have a look at the scores after the second match. On first place, again, we've got Ghost Gaming.
No surprise here.
No surprise here. 285 points. Of course, the placement coming in handy. And 12 team kills as well. 85 points just for those. Hava Gaming on the second place.
Not a surprise as well. Have a gaming really good team. FlyQuest, man, actually the top
Hava
4,
really good.
top 5, top 6, even top 7 is actually very competitive. And Kingwin at the 8, man, when you just go down those names, all the top 8 are teams that could have been taking the first spot.
Yeah, true. Even more so down below. We do see Team Liquid stuck between their a bit low on the 15th spot. Pentasports
Wait, that
on
is
12th.
that is the game 2.
This is game number 2.
Yeah. This is game 2. This is not enough points for 2 games to be. So this is the standings after
Only after this match.
Only after this match. Yes, exactly.
Exactly. So Kingwin had a bit of a hard time, of course, themselves. Perhaps they can redeem themselves into the third match. We'll be looking forward to find out what happens there, of course. But until we go into the third match, what can you take most from this kind of center strat? The second match didn't have as many smokes used in the late game.
I think
Would you think that's more a reliable strat to use smoking into it?
The problem with the smokes is just a temporary effect,
Yeah.
right? So when you do the center strategy and you just go in the middle of the circle, wait it out, there's a problem that you can survive like a minute with the smokes that you have, but at some point you're gonna be out. and then you're left, with on the mercy of your opponents that are being taken like high ground, an example, and they have a better spot at your positioning. So as much as I like the smokes strategy, I usually prefer them to be used as a temporary cover for an example looting, like we have seen Penta doing in the first game, right? When they just killed an entire team, smoked the positioning immediately, exactly, took the loot, and then went out. Other than that, I like the smokes being used as a save, an example, for your knocked out teammate. You just smoke you get the res, and go back. Or when you push into the middle circle and you need the cover there immediately to take a compound, an example, right? And you need cover when you drive, when you just walk through like the entrance or something like that. But when you just kind of bank on the smokes to sustain your middle position without even cover, that's a death sentence. Yeah.
So there you go. Bit of an advice from Daddy Lothar. Of course, Daddy Forsen coming back into the next match as well. And we got plenty of dads, myself, Papa Boogie, so there you go.
Yeah, we're all old.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I'm actually the oldest
Thank
here.
you for putting that out there, man.
I'm the oldest here, so, I can do that.
Yeah, I guess so. You are. Yeah, you are. But yeah, there you go. A lot of great advice coming in from Lothar. Should be helping you out, actually, in your matches. Use smokes as a temporary means of passing through or looting. Don't consider that it will be something that you can use all the time, because as it fades away, you'll be widely exposed. Also, the fact that nades are throwable through smokes, of course, bullets go through smokes, so it's that kind of a fickle friend
and
that you need, but you don't really want.
It's still client side, right? So there can be a situation when you see your opponent doesn't see you, or the other way around.
Yeah, it goes two ways. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. Now, jumping back into the third match here. We're going to have a best of 5. Just to remind you at home, we have plenty of action coming in from GLL. And this time we see a north to south plane. Again, a very fair one that will allow teams to go anywhere they want, even by doing a bit of a long drop, which is actually something that we don't see that much in competitive.
Yeah, because the problem with the long drop is that it's really slow.
Yeah.
Like people that can just drop down, dive
go
immediately.
For cars.
Yeah, immediately down from the plane, dive and just take the cars and go with a car, with a Dacia, an example, that goes up to 110 kilometers per hour. You actually can be faster than people that are long jumping to a position. Now we can see G2 going for Georgopol. They like that move a lot. We can see maybe G-Core going for the Milta Power. Yeah, exactly. G-Core is going for Milta Power, at least in that direction. Liquid going for Shelter? That's a split.
That's something where they want to go sometimes. They also do the reverted Lego buildings close to Rashok. They
Kinguin
go for vehicles there.
Yeah, Kinguin going for vehicles as well in the middle of the map.
They're
nearby
close to
the
one another.
schools. Actually, they might be going... Yeah, they already took the cars from the middle of the map, so they will be rotating now.
Yeah, they're going to be going, like Liquid at least, they're going to be going towards the east side there, perhaps towards the mansion area there. We're going to be seeing them actually get prisoned as well. In the meantime, Havo Gaming again onto Milta, and actually G-Core haven't made their progress towards Milta Power. If we zoom in on that side of the map, they're getting there. They're getting there.
That's their strategy, right? They want to go to Milta Power, get that loot, so now they know that the long jump will be really far stretched, so they're going for the apartments right now.
The Team Random is actually in there. This is going to be an early fight between Havo and Team Random. It does look like there's a bit of a lot of teams into Milta right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how that one's going to be going down.
Seems that Evil Geniuses is consistent as well with their movement. In the first game, they actually dropped in the same positioning. They took all the small compounds on the south of the main island, and then they took the yellow buildings that they camped for like a minute, or for like one circle. The general circle right now is kind of fair, almost the center of the map, but favoring Yasnaya's side. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a bit towards the east side there. It's got to be one that covers a lot of ground, covers a lot of compounds as well, so it's not too bad, all things considered. Penta Ultra getting Velen with the vehicle. Oof. That's a bit of a hard start there. G2 not having an easy moment there, but
Wacko repaid.
Yeah, there is a bit of a return. Wacko Repay is taking down one member from Penta as well. We do see now that there are indeed two teams very, very close to one another. Fake Zito from the GLL Penguins. Again, 3 squads were here into Miltebau, and they're fighting Havo Gaming.
This is like a very fantastic headshot from Fake Zito with the AK. I think that was a level 2 helmet, otherwise he would have been way more damage than that.
86 points of damage onto a level 1 helmet from the AK. Devastating weapon. Absolutely devastating weapon.
I still love the AK even after the nerfs.
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan. Close range especially. Just shoot for the head when you breach a compound, and you're going to definitely get a kill with that, at least.
Yorsky got grip right now with Car 98K. So that was a nice snipe. GLL Penguins already lost 2 members of their team. That's the beginning of the game. It's the first circle, not even closed one.
That's what happens when you challenge Havo Gaming in Milta, man. Something they should have known. But then again, look at this one. South George challenged now by G2.
G2 and Penta being, in Georgopol, but
Pistol.
G2 has a superior positioning.
And superior firepower.
Yeah.
James only with a... Well, maybe this is not the only... No, this is the only thing that he has.
Yeah, he has only
P92.
the 9mm pistol.
Pea shooter.
Yeah, you can... You know what? You can actually throw the bullets out of it, and it will be more effective than shooting from it.
There you go. Yeah, it doesn't really deal a heck of a lot of damage there.
Yeah.
They will have to fight that one out. Or perhaps maybe Penta can leave that place before it gets too late.
Penguin went to the school. They took in some lessons here.
Yeah, true. Yeah, they're going to study hard. Perhaps they can learn how to get better placement, man, because they haven't been getting that.
Yeah, they are on a really bad
Poor
streak
guys,
after
man.
IAM, right? And
Yeah,
then the
I think
first
that's
game
what
here.
it is. I think that's what it is.
You know what? I can tell you one thing. When it comes to competitive gaming, you can be mechanically skilled like a god. But if your psyche is not strong enough, you're going to crumble under the pressure.
And you're allowed to have a bit of a...
Oh, yeah, you
bit
can
of an
have a
off
slump.
day, you know.
You can have a slump.
You can have a slump, yeah.
An
Because
example-
the guys are absolutely legendary. Kinguin, man, it's not that you can say that they're not great strategic minds or that they're not great aimers. It's just that nothing seems to connect for them right now.
That happens, man. I
Yeah.
mean, you can see it in CSGO. VP, an example. Last 2 months for them was just horrible.
Yeah.
But suddenly, they went to Epicenter and second place, right? After an
That was a bit of a
amazing final to watch. So, and there's a lot of, transferable skill from one game to another. Now we can see Clayton from G2 going a little bit of scouting without a helmet yet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
he found
now
one.
he's got to get a level 1. On a first aid for his troubles. But he's very, very close to one of his enemies there. Ultra being super, super close. And I do believe that, well, most definitely that these two teams know of each other's presence. And
I mean, they were shooting at each other, right?
Yeah, they were, and they saw each other drop into Georgia Bowl. So they definitely know that there's a bit of a danger coming, but still, they're being quite safe. Profi with a level 3 helmet, level 1 backpack, and level 1 vest.
I wanted to ask you a question, actually.
Yeah.
What is the most important item for you when you play PUBG?
In PUBG,
Yeah.
ooh, that's
Single one item that you would like to pick up every single time.
my bandana. Because
Alright, man.
I'm a hipster like that.
No cosmetics. I mean,
No cosmetics?
I mean, an actual item that you would like to get every single game. No, not from crates.
Compensator.
Compensator.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say level 3 helmet, man.
Of course, that's a bit too obvious, though.
But it's the most
told you,
powerful item,
I'm
right?
a bit of a hipster, right? Yes, it is. It depends what you're playing. If I play against pros, sometimes I get carried by my own team that I manage. Then yes, I would love a level 3 helmet because they hit the head. But if I play by myself and low elo, then I would rather go for a comp on an AK, which is a devastating combination.
But look at Ghoul. M249 equipped early in the game. That was
Damn.
from the first drop. And as we have actually talked with Forsen about this gun, people kind of underestimate M249 because they feel like I feel like the people just don't like the firepower. Sorry, the fire rate of the gun. The recoil is actually kind of chunky when it comes to like the first shots when you're standing up, but when you crouch,
When you're
or
prone.
the gun is just a monster, an absolute monster to destroy everyone, especially vehicles.
Agreed. It is a very, very powerful weapon. Oh, and talking about powerful, looks like Macandark has himself a very powerful shot. He'd work with your meter. He's going to be getting the crap out of that compound there. It looks like Macandark has a bit of a sniff where his enemies are, but he does have no idea that Jempty's got the shot on him. And that's going to be the end of Macandark. And, well, that's a bit of
Macandark is from Team Random.
Yep. That is true, and that's going to be a bit of an unfortunate moment for Team Random as they do lose a member. Still going to be in this game, though. There's some players from Team Random that are still alive, so that's not the worst in the world. Staff, Celis, and Spider over there into Novo. Now, as the first circle does draw in closer and the blue starts to restrict, we do see this center strap starting to be employed. Even Kinguin, who were having a very good position, they're trying to move out themselves. And one can only wonder where they're actually heading to.
where they're heading to is actually a good question, because we spoke about it yesterday, actually. A lot of teams have their own paths, right? And I can see it being like a thing that they repeat every single game. Like an example, the movement of G2 in this match, is exactly the same as they did in the last match of IEM qualifier. They dropped Georgopol and then went south for the west side.
Yeah. Egidor taking some shots now. It does look like they've spotted...
not a lot of damage.
Yeah, Azimuth Lobby here trying to deal a bit of a damage here into the players into school. Not actually managing to find that many shots. It looks like his FlyQuest actually in there. FlyQuest taking some damage indeed. Andrea Rectu, perhaps you can hold true to their nickname this game. Maybe let's have a look here.
Let's see, he's scouting the school.
Nope.
Not seeing anyone.
Not yet.
Give
her a chance.
The game is so different when you play in solos and then you play in squads, because you can, when you play solos, you can take those shots like really far away against a player in the building even, because if he gets that headshot, he's dead. There's no resurrection.
Yeah.
But in squads, when you do that, the only thing that you achieve is you deplete the resources of the opponents, right?
True. War of attrition, right?
Yeah, kinda. Like they lose the boosters, they lose maybe an aid kit, they lose a helmet, an example. So that's something. Yeah. That's something that you gain from that knock, but what you lose is your position.
And your dignity.
Well, you can actually get some dignity because you downed someone, right? I guess.
If you're down with the sickness.
Oh my god. I'm getting disturbed by those jokes, man.
Hey. Got you there. Leighton meeting up with his teammates here towards the shelter area. They're going to be finding a nice, cozy spot. A safe spot, a safe place, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, it's a shelter.
There you go. There you go. It's a haven of security and peace and love.
Although
they're not going to be challenged anytime soon.
Yeah, they're making a parking spot so everyone knows that there's a team there.
As a statement,
right? Yeah, exactly. Like 3 vehicles at one point in a center of the map. No one will go from that position, right? So they're there. That's the one thing. By the way,
it's a very hard place to breach, actually, those shelters. If your enemy is inside, you have absolutely no chance, because your legs are going to be showing first, and then your body, and then your weapon where you can fire.
Yeah, the high ground is so important.
Not in this case. The high ground is very detrimental from the tunnels, because you don't get spotted you get spotted as you go in, but you don't get a chance to see your enemies because that tunnel is blocking your visibility.
But it goes the other way around. Also, if someone wants to go
in the
out
open area. Yeah. It does. Yeah.
So it's a double-edged sword for whoever wants to breach. If someone wants to get out, they're wrecked. If someone wants to get in, they're wrecked.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a bit of a hard spot to play, but I'm pretty sure that King would have this one with Pat. Now they're taking fire against Tavu Gaming. Only Insolenzo in that position, it seems, and he's got to be making his way out of that one. Larson making sure that he has no enemies close to him.
He was actually taking few shots at that Dacia, and I was surprised he only hit once, because that Dacia was almost static. Even when he was moving, he was not like, training left and back. And now a plethora on shots from that cannon. What a nickname. That's Team Totality, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's them indeed. And it does look like they're very, very close to Team Blank as well. Let's see if they're going to be fighting this one out. It looks like they are making their way towards their enemies, and they have no idea what they're doing here. And BS will be scouting the area there, spotting him, but he's going to be spotted himself. And Ducan fires off with the Mini 14, but gets knocked himself by Pybus. Nop in the meantime, though, takes Velnus. So this is a 1v1 until Nop actually kills Velnus. That leaves Team Blank without a member, and they've already lost one before earlier on. So they're going to have to be very careful in this one. Pybus and Gaxi now flanking into Nop and Purdy. What's going to happen in this situation?
Man, how many shots were that? Like, in many positions of the map, multiple firefights early in the game.
And it's not over just yet. It's got to be actually quite close to Purdy and Nop. His teammate Pybus coming in from the top angle there. They also have MDS, so there are 3 members left alive from Team Blank, and they are trying their best to pinch their enemies down. They're trying a bit of a triple-pronged attack. But that also leaves them exposed. If one of them gets knocked out, there's not going to be the possibility of a res, which is why this is a very, very dangerous strategy to employ. But their enemies are not pushing in. So Team Blank might just give up on this fight here.
A lot of changing positioning. They are a lot of teams are actually rotating now towards the north, because the next circle is around Yasnaya. So taking a positioning right now in that circle is super crucial, because everything will be in an open space, basically. If the circle doesn't end up in Yasnaya directly, this will be a shooting range for everyone, literally.
Absolutely. Look at this one. Half of the map is actually into a vehicle of some sort. They're trying to make themselves safe.
Jesus,
Well,
Mikhail, don't
okay.
do that, man. We're gonna get a seizure from that. It's like zooming out and in like 20 times in 1 second.
That was the plan all along. Ghost Gaming. They want you to get dizzy before they take you down. That's their strat.
Dazed and confused,
Play with
man.
their meat. Play with their prey.
By the way, let's take a look.
So what?
What is happening in the North
it's not-
Pole?
That is a very ballsy move. Not really. That is indeed Team Noble. Not very noble.
Yeah,
to
that's-
tank the blue.
That's not really,
That's really
respectful.
Against, that's against the nickname. But here's the thing, right? GLL hasn't. I don't think they have actually banned blue tanking express. You have to ban that expressfully. Other leagues say this from the get-go. You cannot tank the blue unless you're pinned down by enemies on late game or some shit like that. But
I don't
in this
believe
case,
like force in that kind of rules because I believe that's a developer's side to actually fix the game. Let's say like that. And I like the decision of Bluehole to actually increase the damage right
Yeah.
now for the blue.
based on your distance towards the next white. That's
Even better.
That's a fantastic thing actually that they come out with. Let's see if that one works out. But again, it's got to be used for IEM. Until we get to that one, though, we do have this great tournament here. Fantastic night for PUBG, my friend. I've been having a lot of fun actually tonight at GLL. The production behind this one, very, very nice, gents, as well.
By the way, the
The
fact
match
that
is really good as well.
yeah, I think there's a lot of meta changes in GLL because of the fact that the kills are
Kills
worth more.
rewarded, yes.
Yeah, people kind of feel like taking the fights is way more than just saving their positioning. There's some really good shots from Pony Rideren on Eden Solento. So Theater of Mayhem taking some shots on it. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Onto Havu.
Havu Gaming. All right. Man, I need to practice those names, man.
Don't worry about it. Listen, it's 80 people on the server. They're going to be changing every week. You will know them after a while. You will know them. Yeah, don't worry. You'll get them there.
Let's take a look at something that GLL introduced in this tournament. So
That's cool, man.
Yeah, that is really useful for,
Yes.
for everyone, for casters, for viewers. This is a fantastic feature. You can see on the left.
Even my mom can understand what's going on here.
Yeah, there's like a ladder. I mean, maybe not the best ladder because you can't squeeze your foot there, but you can see all the teams with all the surviving members or not surviving members.
As we
you
see
know,
here.
It's being updated live. So
Yep.
GLL Penguins have a one member. They're the first team that is now solely reliant on one guy just, taking cover, tanking the blue, or whatever. The strategy is just whatever is necessary that he needs to do something to survive the longest time. And now Team Random is getting shot at by G-Core, Jempty. And he's getting some nasty shots from that Car 98. Look
Down
at the
connected.
damage.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful.
Now he's taking shots at the tires
Exactly.
to immobilize that team and let them be in that position because that's a small depression in the topography there. But the problem is there's high ground on the north side and south side, so people can just take shots at them and when someone will take the buildings.
Did you say it's a crippling depression?
Yes, crippling depression definitely.
Okay.
Especially with a Dodge you earned.
Especially if you own a Dodge, yeah.
Yeah, Romanian
2K17.
Romanian men vehicles. You know something about that, right?
Yes. What? Romanian what?
I mean vehicles, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, they're very good. They're very good. but
Fantastic. I
not-
mean,
Not for 2017. A 1300 Dacia, maybe 20 years ago, would have been a reliable one. Anyway, getting back into it. I don't really mind from Team Halvo Gaming here. Alongside his teammates, they've gathered up a good compound here. They're a bit open, they're a bit exposed, but they do have a 360 view, so they're not going to be getting surprised themselves, and they're very, very handy inside the next white. I do believe so myself, because they're at the center of the current one. You can see so many teams on the south side of it, and only one coming in. Team Noble, actually, after tanking all of it there, they're coming in mid-game after they've... Here's what happened, right? Because Team Noble are coming in from a different continent. Normally what happens... Yeah, what happens at the NA ones, at this point in time, when this mid-game starts right now, because this is the circle of mid-game, there's not 58 alive. There's more like 40. People don't really play the center strat. They go in for the aggressive kills. So Team Noble were expecting that their enemies would thin themselves.
I'm actually really surprised that not more teams didn't actually take the north side, like Stahlberg, Kameshki, that side. People are just kind of trying to stray away from those far sides of the circle. It feels like they just want to go for the kills, for the more aggressive plays, right?
True.
It's so weird to kind of see that.
What is James doing? Oh, James. You
Well-
daring son of a gun. Can you get up there? No, you can't. Oh, now he's got Ultra.
That's a nice position, actually.
Yeah, they can leave their cars for their vehicles for a moment there. They do have the next white, so they are going to be sticking to this angle. These yellows here, they are powerful houses to watch out for. A bit exposed towards Yasnayev. Top puzzles will watch onto you, but ooh, look at this one. Many shots taken at Liquid right now, and it's going to be actually Larson that gets knocked out by a Venkur. Still, though, Silky Meat holding on to the angle there. He might just be spotting his enemies quite soon, and they're wide in the open.
The wizard towers, as I like to call them, it's a tricky position to be in, because you have so many sides that can be shot at, and people with grenades just make a mincemeat out of you in those buildings, right?
True.
If they get to you and they just throw 2 nades, you're dead. There's
Yeah.
almost no way of avoiding the blast damage from that nade, especially if they're
There's
being.
a little cubby that you can hide in, but
Yeah.
even that one is nadeable.
But if it's coordinated attack, you can throw 2 nades at the same time directly into the small room and in the big room.
Mm-hmm.
And that is like terrible. But now Ensolento taking really good shots at Liquid, if I'm not mistaken. He had 2 guys from Liquid really had heavily damaged.
Oh,
Now they're
wow.
actually both down. So this doesn't look good for Liquid, and they're getting shot
Yeah.
to death.
Left, right, and center. Liquid not having an easy moment right now. It's Havu Gaming and FlyQuest taking shots at him. So that means that Liquid, well, I do think that they have one more left alive, but he's not going to be alive for too long there. And Lenzo, Havu Gaming once again, they need to be careful in not getting spotted themselves. Looks like Scoom is still up. Hey, look, if anybody would still be up, it should be Scoom. The guy is an absolute monster. He's known to clutch games like I don't know, like what, you know what I mean? Like he comes out of the water when you don't expect him. He's an ocean man.
But look at his positioning. This is like a death sentence. One side, you have 2 teams, 3 teams actually watching him. If they will just get that positioning right, he is not going to survive this at any given point of the game.
Yep,
Oh,
true.
he's getting shot right now by FlyQuest.
Yeah, Headroar, and Headroar is very good with the M16. Very good with it. He is connecting shots right now, so Scoom
that
gets
was so
tagged super
close.
low. 1/4 of his life left before he goes prone. And, look at that one. First one to be eliminated. It's going to be G2 Esports out of the game.
Wow. Unfortunate for G2 Esports being knocked out already in the 3rd game. They took the 4th place in the 2nd game, and I believe 7th
they're very
place
good, yeah.
in 1st place.
Mhm.
Sorry, in the 1st game. So now being knocked as the last place is crushing for
Yeah.
them.
Absolutely. We can watch Birdie Herd here making their way.
Team Totality.
Yep, making
right?
their way into the Haven of the White. Now
And
it's G-Core actually with the 2+2 split, setting up a bit of a crossfire here for their enemies to roll into. And it does look like Team Totality are falling for it. One knocked out with the second one dinked just a little bit there. But Nop Nop will be rest.
It was so close that actually the first knock blocking the entrance for the second guy, and then he will be like, "No, dude, move!" And he's
Yeah,
like,
that was
"I'm
a bit
not.
unfortunate.
I cannot be faster. I'm crawling, so I'm gonna take my time, to get into the building."
Yep, that was a bit of an unfortunate moment, but it's not over yet for them. Once again, they will get rezzed up, so that's going to be just okay, I suppose. Zed Watts of a team Evil Geniuses with his teammate there stopping by with the UAZ for a bit of a tank. I don't know
Oh
what's
man,
gonna be
Noble
happening.
taking
Ooh.
long-range shots at who's that? Can
Okay.
you receive G-Core.
Yes.
G-Core is being knocked down and getting heavy damage from Noble.
That's okay. Well, there you go, man. Noble are staying true to their name. Back at it, man. I didn't really know what to say when they were attacking the blue, but now they're
Mhm.
back into the game. I like this. The boys are in. They're taking fights.
I mean, they have a
Even long
fantastic
distance
position.
fights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a fantastic position.
Oh, they do.
High ground, 4 vehicles, and what is even more important,
Circle
not,
close.
not entirely sure which player was that, but they have a Mini 14 with a suppressor, so they can take those long range shots. But look at now, Penta shooting at, I miss who was that, but they were landing some crucial shots on the bikes, traveling by Hollywood Hammers.
Yes, indeed. Now the Hollywood Hammers will reply with some shots of their own there. James, he's going to have to reposition himself. Taking a bit of back there. Frost, in the meantime, gets knocked out by Ilum with another knockout. Almost possible there. James taking so much damage. His helmet flying off his head. No chance for him to repeat without the increased danger of getting knocked out with one shot. Well, that means that Hollywood Hammers can move in a little bit there, but are actually being pinched in by a different squad.
And now we can see what was happening between Penta and Hollywood Hammers. It was actually this is the moment in the game when the strategical movement of the team matters less than the mechanical skill. Because if Penta would have knocked down someone traveling on those vehicles, on those bikes, they would have a superior positioning against Hellhammer. Hollywood Hammers.
Hollywood
right?
Hammers, yeah.
So they could have pushed and killed the entire team and not be squashed by them. Because if that team had gone to the buildings, they had the superior positioning to just shoot at Penta.
Yeah, true. So that's how those guys got away in the end there. Another team trying to make their way inside here, FlyQuest. They will be going straight into Azimuth Lobby, who have been potato-nating into a compound. Not connecting that great hit, but this time it's going to be Katasi getting knocked out by Jempty. And ooh, this is actually Theater of Mayhem versus G-Core, 2 monster teams going head-to-head.
Man, Theater of Mayhem with 4 members still alive, while G-Core also 4 members. So 2 full teams playing against each other, but Kinguin actually in between them as well. Fuzzface and Layton just trying not to get killed, and there's Ibiza as well, just wandering around.
Yeah.
But
just, for the lows, man.
Yeah, Pony Rider and trying to sneak by Kinguin right now. That's a really, really tough decision because you need to just go beneath those windows of those buildings, and that might be, a death wish.
Yes, indeed. G-Lab Penguins, Theater of Mayhem, and different team as well. Very, very close to one another into S9. This is going to be quite an urban warfare, but until we get to that point there, it's still Frost on the Car 98. The guy loves the weapon, and the weapon loves him back. He's known to connect beautiful shots with it. This time, though, he doesn't seem to do just that there. FlyQuest are going to be busy in a bit of a battle with Azimuth, it seems like. Pantyhag's getting knocked out. FlyQuest, something actually a bit of a good reply from Caliburn, and that's actually more than one team in that area. Hollywood Hammers only have Caliburn to work with here. Scoom in the meantime gets killed himself. Panda Eagle will get knocked out as G-Core try to make their way inside the net in safety of the next white. They're a bit in the open here, so they need to be a bit careful. This is a monk-ass moment, man. I've seen one wide open, Mixie and Jempty, but they do make it in the safety of the Harry Potter. It's one time.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Who do you think will pull out his wand first?
Man, this is a really tough position
it's
for
you.
everyone. Oh my god! Stop trolling me, man.
Yeah.
But you know what's really interesting in this format is like an example. FlyQuest was in a position when they're really south of the circle. They need to get moving as soon as possible, and now you have to take the decision: do I go for the kills on the people that are rotating to the circle, and I just die after that, or do I try to walk into the circle and just try to get a high position, right?
Yeah.
So you need to assess the risk and the reward.
There you go. Meter on the top side there on the open field. It's a bit of a damage there. Haxete as well taking damage.
Yeah, Ghost Gaming under that one tower. Decent cover with the cause, but now
Decent cover, yeah.
might be proven wrong because they're getting shot at from west by Penta.
Penta made their way from the yellow houses, let the 2 teams fight that one off there, and they're still holding on to their backs, but now they're getting crazy with their enemies. Some very, very good shots coming in here, and Meta actually is going to be dying down.
And in the meantime, Liquid got eliminated.
Look at the... Oh my god, what is this? How many teams are in these compounds? Holy smokes!
How do we even
Look at
cast
these little
this?
flies. I don't know. Let's just let it happen.
This is like a Rainbow Six CS:GO PUBG moment when everyone is just running around, shooting, trying to control the chaos.
Take your pants down, let it happen. And this is exactly what Floodface says as well to Enzelenzo as he kills him. Knocks him out of the game, and that's going to be it for for the Havo Gaming player. I'm not too sure if any... No, yeah, Bikini Bottle is still there, and Jorsky is there as well. And it looks like Bikini Bottle's got some good shots, but he's getting knocked out himself. Oh, this is going to be quite a tense situation as Steezip comes in, but Jorsky has the upper hand onto that battle there. Good stuff from Jorsky. He has a chance to revive his own teammate, but he doesn't know where his enemy is. He hears them now. He's going to be peeking in now. He spotted him and goes for the kill, but it doesn't happen. Bing, bang, bong. Winning that duel.
But now he's in the blue and he's really low on health, so he's gonna die to the blue. And he died actually to Mixie, who got the last bullet before he was down by the blue, which is important. He got just additional points for his team. What is happening there? FlyQuest and Penta battling it out, but there are casualties from both sides of the teams.
Yes, indeed, and James has no helmet to work with here. His team is down themselves. So now what he's trying to do is make sure that there's nobody coming in from either side of the ledges before he goes for the res. It looks like Frost is going to be safe. He's going to be resed nicely so. And, well, there's another thing. Ultra's going to be resed as well, but Comet, absolutely no chance. There doesn't seem to be a teammate close to him there. James still going for the res. This seems to be a bit of a quiet moment here. Most of the teams coming in from Yasnaya. You were the one calling that Yasnaya wasn't full. Well, there you go, my friend. You got what you wanted.
Yeah.
And it's an absolute show, man.
I have to say that Penta really impresses me with the call-outs that they have. It seems that they're taking the most defensive positioning in every single game.
Yeah,
It's fantastic to see that. They know the map by heart. They know exactly which points have like a rocky formation that they can hide in. So even when you're knocked out, a player can just back out and wait for his teammate to res him. So fantastic to see that awareness coming from Penta.
Yeah, true. And look at MBS. Taking a bit of a blow damage there. Tank and not daring to go in. Perhaps he's a bit afraid. And I wouldn't really count it against him. Hack said he's going to be there guarding the next white. And Fuzzface also, as well as Ibiza from different squads. Very, very close to him. But look at this one. Theater of Mayhem want to make them move inside the safety of the next one. And G-Core and Kingwin are still close to them.
Dude, this is a slaughter. Obliteration of teams. And when you look at the left side of the map, Theater of Mayhem with still 4 players and Noble with 4 players, but everyone else is getting downed. Holy moly, what is happening? G-Core is getting wrecked by the circle when they're knocked down now. And everyone is just getting killed. The damage from blue is horrible. It's so fast, you're not gonna survive this.
It's going to be a quick game here. Mikoi gets himself a nice frag, but now he's getting sprayed on himself. And it does look like, well, who is it? I think it's Boom, yeah. I think it's Boom that actually managed to get that one. A lot of players dying outside of the blue. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, and my nipples in the breezy. I don't know how to call this one, man, but it's definitely not a hard situation for Boom right now, because he has the blue. He parked the car perfectly to provide him cover from the south ridge, and now he is going up against an enemy team, so he's going to have the upper hand into this one. Yeah, and Ridiculous is there with him.
G-Core, I think, lost just the entire team. Mixie was the last surviving member, I think. I cannot tell you exactly, but it's only 6 people alive.
Yeah. No, it's just Mixie in that situation. Yeah, and Ghost Gaming Austin now trying his best at it. He's got a teammate to work with here, so that's a bit of a good moment, I guess. Some good sprays coming in with the M16.
Well, he hit once, but it was intimidating.
Yeah. There you go. That's the way to put it, indeed. So it's just going to be them against a full enemy squad. It will be indeed Ghost Gaming versus Team Noble coming in with the late game tanking. Let's see if they can tank their way through this match. It does look like it. It does look like they have the upper hand indeed, and that's going to be Mikoi eliminated out of this one, and the last frag comes in as well for the 3rd match. Well, just to remind you, though, we do have 2 more of them.
Yeah,
so
it's best of 5.
Cool. Yes,
best of 5, so the first place goes to... Jesus Christ.
Noble,
yes. Thank you very much. Second place goes for Ghost Gaming. Third one is Gorilla Core. Fourth one is
Theater of Mayhem.
So actually pretty decent top 4.
Yes, we did have a very decent top 4. One that is not very surprising. I would have liked to have seen Penta up there, because they performed beautifully. They played the blue beautifully, so you know what I mean. Like I would have liked to see them in the top 3 or winning this game.
I mean, they had decent positioning in the first game. I think they finished 4th, and second game might have been bad for them, like 14th or something.
Yeah, I think so.
So we're gonna see, like, after the 3 games, it's gonna shape up a little bit, and we'll see the people that the teams that are gonna be favored to go into the top 4. Because maybe a small explanation of the format: the top 4 teams from this week's final, they're gonna go to the next week.
Exactly.
So we're gonna not have any invites, right? I mean, there will be basically like invites, but it's based on merit, right? Because they top 4 this week. So the rest of the slots will be wide open for everyone. Everyone can play, you know? You can play too in Global Loot League. So just go to the website and, you know, sign up for the next week's qualifier.
Absolutely. And as we go forward with tonight's shows, thank you very, very much for coming in here tonight and enjoying this one with us. We do have 2 more matches to go. You will have your daddy coming back into the cast. Don't you guys go anywhere. I know you're dying to see him again. We will be coming back into the next one as well. Just a quick break, and just a quick reminder to you guys at home that anyone can join indeed. Just as Lothar said, just go on to Global Loot League, sign up with your team, and who knows? You're going to be the next pros.
I want to play as well.
Let's do it. You want to make a squad?
Let's do that.